She had nothing left, no husband, no income, and no way to feed her children. In ancient Israel, that meant certain death. Her story begins in the book of 2 Kings chapter 4 with a poor widow who came to the prophet Elisha, crying out for help. Her husband had been one of the prophets, a faithful servant of God, but he had died in debt. Now the creditor was coming to take her 2 sons as slaves for payment. Elisha listened and asked a simple question. "What do you have in your house?" She answered, "Nothing except a small jar of olive oil." That one jar, that tiny bit of oil, was about to become the center of a miracle. Elisha told her to go to all her neighbors and borrow as many empty jars as she could find, not just a few, but many. Then he told her to go inside, close the door, and start pouring the oil into each jar. It must have seemed impossible. How could one jar fill dozens more? But as she poured, the oil kept flowing. Jar after jar, the oil continued to pour until every single one was full. When she asked her son for another jar, he said, "There are no more." And at that moment, the oil stopped. Elisha told her to sell the oil, pay her debts, and live on what was left. From nothing came abundance. This wasn't just about money or survival. It was a sign that when you bring what little you have to God in faith, He multiplies it beyond measure. The widow's oil reminds us that miracles often begin behind closed doors, in quiet obedience and faith. What matters isn't how much you have, but what you're willing to give. God can turn your nothing into more than enough.